My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember our meet mentioning something about gobbledygook. Revelio. Repulso. Descendo. Confringo. Incendio. Repulso. Incendio. Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder?
Yes, there've been mistakes, but I can't complain. If I'm to think on it, we've seen... What's that? Aha! What was that sound?
Certificate propelled! Get yourself out that one!
That's just the beginning.
What? So you're doing
Benito.
now?
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Get back here or I'll have you stewed like a lamb!
Where did you go, coward? Afraid to face me? Did you hear that? find you, eventually.
Everything's all right now. Leviosa. Abandoned long ago, no doubt. Petricus Totalis. Revelio. Petricus Totalis.
You'll pay for that!
Revelio. Petricus Totalis. Revelio. Petricus Totalis. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. The castle must have been quite...
Oh, try not to make this too easy for me.
Pathetic! Arresto momentum.
I've seen
Incendio. Come. Scapulso.
You will pay for your deed.
Incendio. Depulso. I did it. In an ashwinder, no less. Revelio. This place has seen better days. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. These rocks have seen better days. Revelio. I know what that means. Merlin trial. Depulso! Accio! Abandoned long ago, no doubt. Incendio. Confringo. Depulso. Confringo. Incendio. Depulso. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Incendio. Confringo. Capolzo. Glacier. Descendo. Descendo. Incendio. Glaciers. Descendo. 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 Confringo. Glacius. Incendio. Descendo. Glacius. Descendo. Confringo. Glacius. Descendo. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Glacius. Confringo. Descendo. Confringo. Glacius. Descendo. Incendio. Glacius. Descendo. Incendio. Confringo. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Glacier. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo. Glacius! Incendio! Descendo! Confringo! Incendio! Glacius! Descendo! Incendio! Glacius! Confringo! Descendo! Incendio! Glacius! Descendo! Incendio! Confringo! Glacius! Glacius! Confringo! Descendo! Glacius! Incendio! Descendo! Glacius! Confringo! Incendio! Revelio. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Depulso. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Glacius. Descendo. Incendio. Protego. Glacius. Incendio. Confringo. Descendo. Descendo. Confringo. Glacius. Incendio. Descendo. Confringo. Protego. Incendio. Glacius. Descendo. Revelio. Incendio. Confringo. Descendo. Glacius. Revelio. Revelio. Incendio. Confringo. Glacius. Descendo. Incendio. Glacius. Protego. Descendo. Confringo. Incendio. Glacius. Incendio. Confringo. Descendo. Glacius. Incendio. Confringo. Descendo. Expelliarmus. Depulso. Confringo. Incendio. Descendo. Glacius. Incendio. Revelio. Leviosa. Assignment's all finished. There. I'm not going to hurt you. Leviosa. Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Hello. Do you have anything for sale?
Hello. It's not often I see Hogwarts students here during the school year. I'm Priya Treadwell at your service, and I sell a variety of travelling necessities.
Are you related to Nora Treadwell?
Why, yes, she's my wife. Brilliant historian. Did you know that she's pursuing Merlin's life's work?
I actually met her and she introduced me to her work. I'm involved in it now as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Then you must be rather brilliant as well. At any rate, I hope that you'll think of me whenever you find yourself in need of travelling supplies. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
What do you have for sale?
Let's have a look, shall we? So nice of you to stop by.
Revelio.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
There's so much we don't know about beasts. So much.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed. I take it you're ready to learn your...
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkin.
Bombarda!
Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control. Excellent. You have it well in hand.
Professor, might I have a moment?
Yes. What is it?
I was wondering what inspired your interest in magical beasts.
Are you considering some sort of profession in the field?
I haven't decided quite yet, but I do find magical beasts fascinating.
You do seem to engage well with the beasts in class. I believe that when choosing a path, particularly of a scholarly nature, one must take into account both one's enthusiasm for a particular subject, as well as how one may best serve the students to whom one is obligated to both inspire and teach.
Of course, Professor. When did your path become clear?
I recall it quite vividly. It was the summer between my 6th and 7th years. I read in the Prophet about a wizard who'd been selling alchemy eggs and disappeared in the mountains near my home. I knew of the alchemy, of course, from my studies, but they are native to lands east of here, such as India. I wondered if it was possible that an alchemy could be so nearby. Hence, I went to find it.
What type of beast is an alchemy?
It is a spectacular beast. A feathered, winged serpent-like creature that can grow or shrink to fit a particular space. Its eggs are made of pure silver, hence the desire to trade in them.
Seems quite a challenge finding an alchemy in the mountains.
It was. After a few days, during which my parents grew increasingly annoyed at my absence, I found what little remained of the wizard egg trader. He was near a tree hollow. And there, inside, was a nest with 7 silver alchemy eggs.
What did you do with them?
Nothing. Beasts are to be valued for what they can provide for wizard kind. Protective clothing, potion ingredients, even wand cores. Only poachers see the value in ending a beast's life for galleons. I left the eggs alone. I hid. And moments later, The beast flew right over my head. Breathtaking. She then seemed to all but disappear as she shrunk to fit into the hollow.
That sounds incredible.
Indeed. I knew in that moment that I needed to understand all that I could about beasts and ensure that wizard kind learned to benefit properly from them. Now, I trust that I have answered your question. You would do well to continue your study of beasts, regardless of your chosen path. Beasts and all that they provide will vastly improve your life, and perhaps one day even save it.
I shall remember that, Professor. Thank you. Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
When you spot or hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabinet. Inserting it in the lock is the tricky part. I hope you follow some. If you open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Roland is all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river. Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? I should investigate. Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Nice. Never anything interesting around here.
Revelio.
This is a waste of my talents.
Patricus Totalis. Revelio.
Lord like it.
Revelio. Patricus totalis.
How long for a bacon and mushroom stew?
Now to find out what happened here. Revelio. Revelio. Descendo. Accio. Confringo. Revelio. Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him. Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Revelio. This looks intriguing.
It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching near Quackcroft.
Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder? Confringo! Revelio.
It's a good thing the owlery is away from the rest of the school. Quite the aroma in there.
My family's owl is getting too old. Half of the letters.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
What are you up to now?
Another pitiful beast caught in my trap.
Bombarder! Glaciers!
Oh.
Where did they go? Seems quiet. Too quiet, if you ask me.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Ah, wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts. Suit me, sitting around all day. I won't rest.
Off on another adventure, are we?
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned,
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Confringo! Descendo! Glaciers! At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest
Rebellion.
is insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Confringo! Opening all of these is tempting.
This room is taller than it looks. We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Confringo! Descendo! Fringo!
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
Accio! Revelio!
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Revelio. Glacius. Bombarda. Leviosa. Confringo. Descendo. Glacius. Expelliarmus. Repulsor. Glacius. Bombarda. Confringo. Descendo. Levioso. Fringo.
All this
Revelio.
It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Confringo! Revelio.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Confringo! Read some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar. Accio! Guardian Leviosa. Confringo.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
If this archway's been barricaded, we can find a way through.
Accio.
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Accio.
I need to find a safe way across.
Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Confringo. Bombarda. Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Incendio! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
Rickety bone bridge complete. Accio! Incendio! Accio! Revelio! Accio! Revelio. Accio! Revelio! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Leviosa! Accio! Leviosa! Repulsor! Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Perhaps moving piles of bones towards the center will help.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Bombarda. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Depulso. I believe I need to use Accio on the pile of bones.
Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Levioso.
Revelio. Incendio.
Levioso. Accio. Levioso.
Incendio.
Revelio. Incendio. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa.
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperius Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
Where did you learn the Imperius Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. There we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Descendo. Glacier. Bombarda. Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda! Confringo! Defendo! Sendo! Confringo! spiders can make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Confringo.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo. Descendo. Accio.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one,
Revelio.
it should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Accio.
That worked. Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Revelio. Imperium. Descendo. Leviosa. Bombarda. Descendo. Confringo. Revelio.
Crucible. That spell got my attention.
Fringo.
Expelliarmus. Repulso.
Fringo.
Bombarda. Confringo. Imperio. Descendo. Protego.
Crucible.
Expelliarmus. Repulso. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. Crucio. Depulso. Imperio. Bombarda. Descendo. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Confringo. Descendo.
For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on, don't give up yet.
Accio.
Sebastian! The relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. but we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous! The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperium?
Now that you say it out loud, it sounds absurd. But I have another idea. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne. When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Silent as a grave.
Just you wait till I'm on solid ground! No! Confringo! Stay back! Keep out of the way!
There's nowhere to go.
Let me have to fight! Keep out of Saul's reach! I shall avenge your intruder!
Uncle! To the right!
Got it!
They're closing in!
Right? What are you doing?
Descender. Descender. Imperial, you'll not win here. Bombarda. Make them retreat.
Is that the best you can do?
Revelio.
Are you quite a bastard?
Protego.
Stop provoking!
I'm handling it.
I'm handling it! Team Slash! Protego! There you are.
Ringo!
Keep out the way!
Where was it go?
We have to fight! Keep out of Saul's reach!
Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Bombarda.
Seems your art, isn't it? I won't rest. Up for a bit of darting, are we?
Imperial.
Yourself.
Bombarda. Confringo. Descender.
Saul's reach!
Confringo. Got it.
Bombarda. Descender. Confringo.
We'll make them retreat.
Confringo.
Descender. Imperial. Confringo. Protego.
Stop provoking them.
Bombarda. Descender. Expelliarmus.
We have to fight! Keep out of
Expelliarmus.
To the right!
Got him.
They're closing in!
Expelliarmus.
You'll not win here.
Sebastian! Be careful!
Levioso.
Mind!
They'll be
Repulsor.
make them
Expelliarmus.
Fool.
Crucible.
Handling it.
I
Quickly! Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Revelio. 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 Aloha, Mora. Revelio. Seems a pleasant enough little place. Revelio.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Revelio. Expelliarmus! Revelio.
All I know is magical beast byproducts are becoming far more difficult to come by.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Only a hairy-hearted sod would cast Flipendo on it. Ready for a little change in fashion, are we? Plenty to choose from here, so take your time. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I'd like the room to feel natural and earthy, as though I'm outdoors.
Sounds perfect.
What's wrong, Eaglesby? Afraid of experiments. Woohoo!
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought, she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Spare a moment? I could use your help.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
That's nice to hear. I have had my share of adventure. I hope my reputation's warranted.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
They're adorable. Why would you be afraid of a puffskein?
They seem adorable until one sticks its tongue up your nose. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Dunkeen.
I'm sorry to hear that. Words can be cruel.
Thank you. Poppy keeps offering to help me in overcoming my fear, but I'm too afraid to take her up on it. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumour has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlic kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in. Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
I haven't a clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlic grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
Hidden herbology corridor. Sounds intriguing. Revelio.
At the present moment, the headmaster will be sure to tell him how very...
Professor, what can you tell me about your work at the Ministry?
Your curiosity is understandable. Well, although I can't speak in any detail of my work, I can tell you certain interesting facts. Unspeakables work in the Ministry's Department of Mysteries. Dangerous work at times, as you've no doubt guessed.
Yes, Professor.
Now, you needn't concern yourself with my injury. I made peace long ago with the fact that a sprig of dittany, once plucked, will surely begin to wilt.
You do seem to have come to terms with things rather well.
It's a matter of perspective. Without saying more, perhaps whatever time I've lost was an exchange for time gained, and to dwell on such matters is a waste of the days ahead. At this point, no magic permits us to travel back in time. Perhaps one day. Yes, I can tell you that my years at the Ministry were well spent. And I'm as happy to be at Hogwarts now as I was to be in the Department of Mysteries years ago.
If I may, Professor, I'm also happy that you're here at Hogwarts now.
Kind of you to say. Speaking of time, perhaps yours would be best spent honing your defensive wand work.
Yes, Professor.
Beautification potion. I shan't tell.
Aloha Mora. Bombada. Confringo. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Incendio. Wingardium Leviosa.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
If it isn't the treasure hunter, still can't believe you found that old...
If I could have a moment of your time...
Aloha Mora. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio. Aloha Mora.
try it?
Confringo!